I forgot to film our little,
the journey.
Yeah, our journey.
Hey.
Hey.
We're here.
So Katie and I are going on a field trip to the Atlanta Botanical Garden, and we're hunting down. What are the three things we're looking for on this field trip?
We're looking for animals. We're looking for what we could add to the park that would make it be cool. And then
what kind of like digital things?
Yeah, and then like what like electronic things are used to?
Yeah, what kind
like
of things
pump.
They're currently using?
Yeah, like water pumps.
Yeah, and if they're using it for utilitarian reasons, like maybe the pumps, or aesthetic reasons, like yeah, and then yeah, see what's happening. That's what we're doing.
All right. Starting now.
Yeah, these GoPros are really handy for filming in class because they're so small.
Yeah.
And they have a really wide angle field of view. So like, and I don't have to worry about focusing them or anything. So I can just kind of carry them around.
Eric and I were talking about how it's kind of like Big Brother.
In the classroom. Have you guys looked at any of the, reviewed any of them?
No, but we did get a big laugh about thinking about it like that. So.
Well, they're up there. Yeah. These plants are kind of neat.
Those are cool.
Huh. Well, they don't lie. It is producing yellow flowers in the fall.
These look like those elephant ear plants.
A little bit, but like a really strange shape.
A circle.
Yeah. It's like a crazy elephant ear plant.
Aren't those plants poisonous?
Elephant ears?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I've heard that before.
I feel like if you eat them...
Uh-huh. It's probably not a good thing, yeah.
So are we in the gardens yet? Or is this like a prequel?
These are kind of like the outskirts. These are like still part of the botanical gardens, but these are usually more like trees and shrubs and stuff. And and it changes throughout the year too.
Okay.
So like in the spring you'll see like tons of tulips and stuff, huge fields of that. But I don't know what they have in the fall. There's some roses.
They're trying to hang on.
But then they also have some like indoor rooms too that are like different climates.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And they have an edible garden where they just grow a bunch of different food. Squirrel.
I've never heard it make that noise before.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, they make that noise a lot.
Really? I've never heard that.
I lived in an apartment and infested with squirrels.
Oh gosh.
And we would hear that strange sound a lot.
Can you smell them?
Yeah, they kind of smell like beets.
Do you like beets?
I do. I went to like a Thanksgiving kind of thing last night. Made like a beet, and goat cheese, and candied pecan salad. It was pretty good.
It's very hipster. Have you seen the hipster Thanksgiving video?
No.
Or it's like, I don't know if you've heard of the Harvard sailing team, but they have some really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, because we just basically did a little loop down there, yeah.
They like make fun of all this hipster stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really funny. Talk about like smelling the tea and all that.
Sounds kind of like Portlandia.
I haven't heard of it.
It's a show it's on Netflix. It's originally on IFC.
Okay.
It's got Fred Armisen and Carrie Brownstein. But they basically make fun of, hipsters living in Portland and how ridiculous everything is.
I need to go back and see that.
Sound good.
My favorite are the little leaves. Like the really tiny ones that look cute. Not that.
There's a little frog guy. Oh, cool. They've had these little snake topiaries here for a while, but they didn't have lights on them before. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty nuts. Those are pretty bright. You can totally stand out during the day.
And even like how they put it on there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of see what the stuff is made out of. Like if you look on the side of his neck,
Yeah.
it's kind of this wire mesh, and there's like a bunch of dirt in there. There used to be plants just filled in there.
Oh, there's another one.
Uh-huh.
Wow, this is pretty.
Yeah. That glass sculpture is awesome.
We went to like a big garden thing in England,
Uh-huh.
and they had like one little section was like furniture carved out of bushes. So it's like a whole dining
Wow.
room filled with bushes and stuff.
Yeah, do you know that there's a famous glass sculptor in Tahiti? He's a really famous guy. He makes these really intricate, like crazy bouquets of glass like that. They're really neat.
Have you ever seen Cake Boss?
Cake Boss? No, I haven't.
Oh. He's in New Jersey and he made a cake like that.
Cool.
And then it dropped. That was not good. It was a chandelier that was supposed to hang like that, upside down, out of
Wow.
cake. Not a good idea. This is a really cool place.
Yeah, and it changes a lot too, which is kind of nice.
What's that building?
I think that building over there to the left is just like they have like events in there, like
Oh.
they have like a wine and cheese party or something like that. That's usually over there. Yeah. I don't think they count as hipsters at like, when they're like 50 though.
Oh.
I think it's just like rich people
Yeah.
doing rich things. Yeah, he was like, they just have these little winter plants, lots of, I always think it's funny, in Atlanta there's tons of, this is like kale. And people grow lots of decorative kale. But in the spring, this is all roses and tulips.
I do like the color of it.
Mm-hmm. They had some dancing events. One time we went here, and there was just like different dancers in all these different little spaces, dancing with different themes for the different areas. It was kind of cool. Still got little snapdragons. Hello, KJ. Hello.
Huh.
I always thought it'd be kind of cool to, because I always loved squeezing the snapdragons, making them talk. And you could just hook up like a little servo and have
make
some
it?
little,
That'd be really funny.
snapdragons that talk to you when you walk by.
One night after we were walking down Freshman Hill,
Uh-huh.
and we were standing at the end, and all of a sudden there was nobody around, so it was like 3 a.m., and this thing comes and slams on the ground and like busts. And we looked around and we're like, where did that come from and what is it?
Uh-huh.
And we like looked up in the stadium, like is somebody up there or they on here? We couldn't figure out who it was, but we went over and looked at it, it was an apple. Like, just like torpedoed an apple out of the sky.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, was there an apple tree?
No.
Maybe
no.
someone just had a slingshot?
Yeah, and I don't know where they came from, and I'm glad they didn't hit us, but weird things happen at night.
We're gonna go over to the little Japanese area for a bit here. This is a place I would do a lot of my reading over here on this nice little bench. Yeah, I really like this area.
Would there be fish in there?
I don't know.
Koi?
I think one other thing I really like about Atlanta, there's a bunch of those Japanese maples around. And like right now he's kind of shrivelly. But they have all those leaves that are like these nice red leaves everywhere. I guess maybe that one's like one too. But they're just beautiful. Oh wow.
What are those?
They're persimmons. Crazy. Huh. You ever had a persimmon before?
I don't think so. I feel like I've heard of them.
They're kind of an interesting fruit. We might try one.
You could probably get one from the other side of it.
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can reach one here, and if not, we'll...
Okay, do you want me to hold something?
Oh, sure. I want to wait till these people pass.
I'm just chilling out.
They're a really weird fruit. They, if you eat them when they're too young and not ripe yet, they make your whole mouth like kind of like pucker up. And like it makes you feel like you have like cotton. It makes your mouth feel really dry.
Are those ripe?
I think they are, yeah.
Okay, good.
You can see some of them you like ripe them and fall into the ground.
It's only illegal if you get caught.
What if you film it?
Alright.
I'll take the first bite because it's...
In case you get cotton mouth.
It's a little underripe.
Oh.
Not
I still
terribly
feel like
bad.
I should try it.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
It's an experience. Wait for it. Yep. There goes the whole mouth, right?
Oh no!
It keeps going, right?
Oh!
Howdy.
That's terrible.
They're really good when they are
Oh my
ripe, though.
gosh.
This tree's pretty awesome. I love those colors.
I feel like it's because it wasn't washed.
No. That's just how they are when they're young.
Oh. Man,
Yeah. Isn't it strange?
that was nice.
My grandma used to have a big tree of those in her backyard. And, like, this one was not even, like, that bad. This was almost ripe.
Oh.
If it was, like, maybe, you know, a couple days earlier, your whole mouth would, like, still be, like, turning itself inside out. Those LED lights are really bright.
I know.
I like the way the blues kind of shine, too.
The blues feel good.
It kind of, it feels strange to my eyes.
That's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no real, like, direction to go in here? You just kind of go all over the place?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there's no, like, one particular route. Female cardinals.
Do you think chipmunks live here?
I've seen some. They're like the best. That's another thing I like
They're
about
so
Atlanta.
cute.
They're just adorable.
Have you replaced Conrad yet?
No, I haven't been able to find any.
We saw his box that day.
Sure, yeah, we'll go to the edible garden. Yeah, you gotta. When I went camping up in the mountains, there was all these huge millipedes everywhere, and that's where I got Conrad from. But they don't really come out as much, and in the winter and the fall. It's kind of tricky.
They try to make that tree look like it's got stuff on it, but those are lights.
Oh yeah, like that tree's like not even a real tree, right?
Yeah.
That's so weird. We're all waiting for you to perform.
I bet it looks so cool at night.
Oh, well that's what, so these light things, that's why this thing closes at like 4 p.m. in the winter. Because then they open it up and they have their light things. Even if you're a member, you have to pay, and it costs like twice as much.
Boo!
Yeah, I know, right? So it's kind of lame. But yeah, it looks, when you're just like in Piedmont Park, you can see this whole place is lit up. It's crazy. I mean, you can see they have lights everywhere.
That's really cool. It's used for the food bank.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some monkey displays back there in the back.
Oh, I've never even noticed those. Huh. Kind of like, it looks like a red-eyed tree frog back there. You ever have a garden?
We had sunflowers when I was little.
That's pretty cool. Like the big ones?
Yeah. And I remember them being really big, so I think it's because I was little.
Uh-huh. They have a little chart about like what's in season in Georgia. November. Apples. I don't think apples are still in season now. Plenty of beets.
Cabbage. Do you like collard greens?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I like to get Atlanta soul food kind of stuff. It's pretty good. Like some collard greens, some black-eyed peas. What is this strange fruit?
They're all different colors, too.
Yeah. I feel like I've never seen that fruit before. Is that a little label? Here's one that fell off the tree. I'm gonna bite it.
I think you should.
It just kind of tastes like kind of like a strawberry. Huh.
We'll see what the side effects are later.
Yeah. It does say edible garden in here.
That's true.
So hopefully they're just not growing poison berries. Those things are pretty good, really.
What are those over there?
What things?
They're circles.
Oh, those are adorable. They're dwarf pomegranates.
Oh my gosh.
Aren't they so cute? Look at them. Look at those little
How do
guys.
you eat them if they're so little?
I know, right? They'd probably have like 3 pomegranate seeds in them. Man, I like whatever that fruit is. I hope it's not poisonous, because it's great. Yeah. Maybe I'll find another one that's fallen, and I'll ask them at the front what it is.
What is it?
They're like, oh, it's poisonberry.
Yeah.
That's pretty silly. They got a little like praying mantis up there. carrying a Christmas bag.
Oh, normal. It's cool that you can do this thing.
I know, right? It's weird. You're like up in this garden and it feels secluded, but then you can see, like, we're up on like a hill apparently. Do you like orchids?
They're cool. I don't like. Aren't they usually just by themselves though? Like it's like one on a stem.
No, there's usually like a couple.
Oh.
It's not like a tulip where there's just like a stem and then one big flower. There's usually like kind of bunches.
Here's the drawing of the flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's the flowers.
And here's like their like science lab. It's pretty cool. So you know the thing about orchids about how they're like super diverse and they like mutagenize a lot, and so they like evolve into these really special mutualisms of different things. So yeah, and they have a vanilla flower around here. Vanilla's an orchid.
That's so cool. You can feel the heat.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they keep it. So cool. Yeah, some like smell like really gross, some smell really good. And they'll have like different shapes that they've evolved so that like a certain type of insect can like land on this perch and like, you know, it pollinates them in a certain way.
Those are huge. Whatever those are.
Yeah, right. Just big, crazy, I think they're called like elkhorn plants or something, yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. And like some of them are so tiny and just little sprouts, and some, you know, orchids are just huge. I love these square leaves. That's where they have, usually those are covered with spores in the spring. These little things right here. I think they are hair clips. There's one that smells really good around here. I really like how, in like the sunlight, they do this kind of like Twilight Vampires sparkly thing. It's pretty cool.
I see it.
You can also see, like over here, these grow in like such a certain way where like they'll like have the nectar there, and like the fly or whatever particular feeds it, it'll do something where it tries to, you know, hover here and like feed the nectar, but then these things will like deposit pollen on them into their fuzzy bits.
Yeah, there's some more ones.
Cool. There's one type of flower in Panama that it's kind of like a Venus flytrap, but instead of eating the flies, it just uses them for pollination. And so what it does is a fly goes in and it captures it, and then it like it stays in there and it holds it in there for like a day or two, but it feeds the fly.
Oh.
So that the fly doesn't like die, it doesn't like to try to digest it or anything. And so then it just wiggles around in there for like a day or so and it gets completely covered in pollen. And then it releases it and then it goes out. It's pretty cool. Howdy. Yeah, these plants look fake to me. These things. But I see these in Panama. They look like, you know, like a plastic flower you'd see in the mall.
Is Panama your favorite place of all the places?
No, there's a lot of cool places. The Galapagos is probably one of my favorite places. Panama's a bit easier to get to, and it's just where a lot of my buddies do research. So it's a good, amazing place to meet up.
Huh. These don't even feel real.
Oh, and those. Yeah, they even have a little sign about these. So they hypothesized that there had to be some sort of crazy moth with a really long tongue that would feed that would pollinate these particular flowers, because it keeps the nectar all the way down here. And so, but they didn't even find this moth for like years. They just like were like, okay, we think there has to be this moth around, or otherwise this plant can't live. So they like were able to predict what the animal was from the flower. I would love to go to Madagascar. I have a friend who's there right now. Oh. There's a machine. This looks like an alien flower.
These look scary.
Look at that. Crazy polka dotted leaf.
A moth.
Moss?
Yeah. People come to Savannah and like stick it in their suitcase and try to bring it back with them. It's the worst idea ever.
Weird. I didn't know Savannah was known for its moss.
Yeah. People like don't know that they have bed bugs in it.
They have what?
They have little bed bugs in it.
Huh.
And the red bugs are little. Yeah, so people put them around their stuff. And it gets everywhere. I thought, are those fly traps?
I don't think so. I think they're just like a chunky leaf.
Like it.
I think they're like a succulent. Like they just live on top of another tree. And they're all waxy so that they don't lose much water. They're a strange looking plant, right? Look at this thing. Alien growth.
Have you been snorkeling before?
That was one of the coolest parts about the Galapagos. We'd go snorkeling around there all the time. There's just crazy, just fields of life. And there'd be big boulders and all these creatures would be on there. Octopi, eels, sharks, sea lions. We played with sea lions. It was really fun. Oh wow, those are huge. That's crazy.
Even though they're not.
They look like what?
Peace signs.
Huh. Yeah, that's a strange little leaf. So circular too. like the colors on this one. It's like a, I don't expect to see plants, you know, especially flowers, that kind of color. It looks like, you know, like a tennis shoe from the 70s.
Yeah. What is this one?
This one, I think it's one of their tropical zones. But I don't think it's my absolute favorite tropical zone.
I also have animals in here.
Yeah. This is supposed to be high elevation tropics. And they have 3 different places. Malaysia, the Andes in Panama, and then and I guess Venezuela. So 3 different kind of climates. I think that's some sort of weird frog. Isn't that cool? It smells neat in here.
Yeah. Sounds like a cricket.
It might be a cricket. And then they have, oh, that's a weird bug. Oh, here's a pitcher plant. It's kind of like a Venus flytrap, but they have smells. Smell a little bit like rotting stuff. I don't know if you're noticing. Get up there. But they have the bottom. They have like these digestive juices, and the inside is really slippery. And so these flies fly down there, and they get stuck, and then they just kind of get digested. And they get all their protein. Yeah. Good life for the plant, though.
Yeah. What do you think they're doing?
I think they're slightly different, but same kind of idea. Yeah.
How do they feed them?
They actually go and like toss bugs in there. I had a little pitcher plant, my own, back at my old house. They're pretty cool.
They're like all over the place.
Yeah.
It looks like an eggplant, kind of.
I mean, it's a strange shape how it has to go in this really thin stem and then turn into this big thing that comes up again. So weird. I like these things a lot.
Oh, is that soft?
They're neat. Oh, and over here they have like a cecropia plant. Like what my friend studies the ants that live inside. This isn't the exact kind that are in Panama, but it's a very similar plant where it has like, you know, all these little nodes, and they have hairs on the outside that feed that let the ants cling on better.
Do you think there are ants in there?
I doubt it. I don't even think this is the exact right species of plant that has those kind of ants in it, but it's very similar looking.
I feel like I've seen this before.
This type of plant? They're in Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
People grow them as like decorative plants. But the ones that have the ants in them, in the armpits of these things right here, they'll have these little food bodies that the ants like, that they feed the ants, and the ants can like pluck little fruits straight from there. But then they mostly like live on the inside. And they start when the plant is really young. A queen crawls in like the very bottom.
Wow.
And then she like kind of creates her brood. And sometimes there'll be other queens and they'll battle each other, and then eventually one will take over.
Get the whole plant.
And then, yeah, they'll have the whole plant. And like where the queen lives keeps moving up like the bigger and bigger nodes every time that they
So would a normal one
the
be
plant
wider
gets
than
taller.
this? Would it get wider? Or
When it gets taller, it gets wider.
Fuzzy?
So it's about normally this size when it's about this tall. But these trees will get way past the roof of this, and they'll have like 100 of these nodes.
Wow.
Yeah. Here, we'll go up through this way. Look at that fuzzy thing.
Oh. That's better out here. Is this a big version of that plant?
I don't know. I think it's probably a whole different plant. But it's definitely a similar structure.
Idea. Kind of like the Christmas tree.
There's a bunch of poinsettias. Okay, now I think we're about to go into my absolute favorite room
The giant.
of this entire place. Yeah. So this place is supposed to be shaped like, those are supposed to be like high elevation jungles. These are more like lower elevation jungles.
Wow.
And I think it's supposed to be an Australian one, and like a Panamanian kind of area, and then one other place, I think. But it's super cool. Yeah. And in here, I'm going to have you do, we're going to walk through, and then I'm going to have you do like 10 minutes of just like chilling back and like drawing and then like thinking about stuff. No problem.
He's good at partying.
Yeah, this is like all the types of plants we have in Panama. So like when you're walking through, you like walk through there, yeah. Huge palms, crazy vines coming from the really tall trees. See, this is where, I think it's frogs that are making those strange sounds. There's a really big snapping. Ah, you see him? Back near that pipe coming out.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Is he upside down? Oh, no.
No.
He's just chilling.
Yeah, that guy could like bite your hand off. He's pretty cool.
Just one?
Just one.
So he gets to walk around here?
He mostly just stays in the water. I've never seen him, escape.
That's so cool.
Isn't this neat?
How old do you think this tree is?
This thing?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know.
Because I've seen those before, but
Mhm.
it's not that big.
Maybe 10 years old? This is such a neat part. It's always kind of dripping like this in the jungle. Because it pretty much rains at least once a day. But then, like, it's, oh, look at that. so silly. Nice little guy. Oh, I've got an idea. I still have that berry on me. Buddy, look at that. Hey, go for that berry. I don't know why they have quails in here. It's not like there's a bunch of quails in Panama or something.
It's fun.
Yeah. There's little baby ones that are adorable.
Oh. You think that plate is for quail food?
No, I'll show you what that plate's for. There's something else that lives in this little area right here.
Hope the quail doesn't get eaten.
I don't think the quail has much to worry about from what's living in here. But, let's see if you can spot it before I do.
Is it just over here? Or can it get out of the
It's inside the fence. Oh, I see one.
Oh.
And there's one on top of that rock.
Oh, wow.
Cute little turtles. It's funny, I thought this was a vine. Just some sort of weird extension cord.
Would turtles ever fight each other?
So the way, you remember my tortoise, right?
Yeah.
The way that I picked her out at the pet store was there's this whole big tank full of all these different tortoises. And a bunch of them were sitting on this like log, just kind of sitting there. My tortoise runs up and just goes, "Argh," and just like plows down the log, just knocking off all the tortoises. And I thought it was hilarious, so yeah. But yeah, they'll fight each other, especially like males if it's like mating season.
Huh.
They'll like ram each other with their shells.
Okay, what should I draw?
Whatever you want.
Do you have a pencil?
Yes. I have a
It's the
pen.
last page.
Whoa. Just for you then.
Okay.
I have two other pens too if you would like.
Okay.
A purple and a black one.
Use this one.
Go for it. Yeah, just take like 10 minutes and just sit and just draw. Soak it in. these vines are. They're the roots of the plant. So there's like these plants that will be around on the top of the jungle, and like their little seeds or whatever will blow on places, and they will take root on top of a tree. And then they will send their roots down to try to like find actual like ground water from the tree. So I think they're also cool. Walk up through this one, you can see there's like a whole feeding station.
Here's the elephant going.
Oh yeah. Should we bite it? No.
Try it out.
That's so silly. They're usually a lot more skittish, I feel. Let's see if this guy wants my berry. I'm gonna put my berry. Buddy.
Oh, there's one over there.
Oh, he's so chubby. Oh yeah. Look how puffed up he is. Hey, look. Just putting it in your little food bowl. Oh, there's so much food. Is that strange? One of my professors says whenever he takes his kids here, one of his kids always catches one of them.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, kids got quick hands.
Coming 6.
Buddy, look at that. None of them want to eat my strange berry.
They have a nice clothing.
Oh. There's where chocolate comes from.
Huh.
When they get ripe, they turn kind of orange. Here's like a big one over here.
That's cool.
And crack them open, and the seeds are kind of like fruity, but they kind of like they taste kind of like a chocolate pomegranate, which is kind of weird. I think I know one good tree over here that's infested with ants. Those quails just crack me up though. I love them. there used to be a bunch of ants that lived on this tree. I don't see any. Because do you see these little white dot things?
The
that are on
spikes?
this? No, like right there. It looks just kind of like a blemish.
Yeah.
They're like little insects called scale insects. Oh, there's an ant. She's right there.
Where is it going?
They actually like herd these little insects around, and they like bring them out, and the insects like eat the plant a little bit, and then they like milk the insects like cows. It's crazy.
Did you learn all this in school?
Mostly just by myself. Because I haven't really taken that many, like official biology classes and stuff.
What are you going to do when you graduate?
I don't know, maybe be a professor. Hopefully be a professor that lets me go to the jungle. Probably not at Tech. Tech doesn't really have the kind of research that I would want to do. They have a pretty strong like divide between like biology and like engineering and computer science.
Yeah.
There's not much crossover there. But I think maybe like some kind of liberal artsy school or something might let me do like a art job. Yeah. Where I could also do weird biology stuff. Oh, there's some ants. Ah.
They're going up.
Yeah, I wonder if they live up there or if they are just foraging up there,
They're going up. Wow.
In Panama, like, everything has ants. Oh, cool. Nice little line. That's adorable.
Is that bamboo over there?
I think so, yeah. It's really big. Apparently the bamboo you see in Georgia isn't like, it's like a fake bamboo. Because have you seen like those like big bamboo forests we have around? What are you eating, buddy? Maybe a cockroach? Oh, that's pretty gross. There's a bunch of them going nuts. What silly things. Well, is he gonna eat that cockroach? I love the sounds they make.
They don't seem like they're really intelligent.
No. What? Hey, buddy. Oh, look at this tree plant thing. I love the colors on this. It's really neat. Man, I feel like they like restocked on quails. I feel like there's a ton of them. Here, and actually we can go out through this way. And I can show you some cool frogs. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there used to only be like 5 or 6. It's definitely more than that now. Goodbye, you silly quails. Okay, so here's some frogs that I've encountered. Pretty active there. Wow. Hey, usually these frogs are all hiding.
That's pretty.
That's really cool. Wow. Yeah, Usually they're just like in a cave and you barely see them. Usually they're not moving at all. Oh, it's just a gorgeous color. From this side, you can kind of see his face.
No, we're doing this for college.
Cool.
It's for a biology thing.
Which college? Huh. This is a good place to come find a bunch of different plants. The longer I look here, the more and more frogs
Look at that
I see.
green one.
All right. There's another one up there.
Ooh.
I find those in Panama a good amount. Oh man, there's 5 frogs down here. Where you want this little butt? Can you see all 5?
Over there too.
Oh jeez. I've seen maybe like 1 or 2 frogs in these tents at most.
They restocked.
Yeah.
Can't really see them over here.
A lot of them will be underneath leaves.